Good morning, everybody. Hello, babies. It's about 6:30. I've been up since 5. Got a little message earlier from a person I haven't talked to in a while, asking me to send them some money so I can get a ride back to wherever they're at. And they have been clean for a while. So, you know, the signs are there. So I asked you still good? You still, or did you relapse? I said, I messed up. I said, it's all right, relapse is part of the program. Relapse is part of the cycle of recovery. A lot of people think when you relapse, you have to start from square one. You don't. Nobody trips and falls backwards. When you're walking forwards, no one trips and falls backwards. You fall forward, you get back up, and you continue on your motions and your path. Now you know what not to do next time if that something occurs. But yeah, man, these days have been enlightening, to say the least. You know, me going through my shit with everything, it's getting closer to the time where I gotta plead guilty or not guilty. That's in September. Still don't know what's going on. I have faith that everything's gonna be all right, but if they start throwing only prison time and not trying to go down on my shit, then I'm gonna have to fight it, take it to the box. What I'm facing is 8 to 16 would be the max, and that would suck. 43, 18, I do. Can't even imagine doing another 10. I can't even imagine doing a day back in prison or jail or anywhere like that. It's so far gone for me. I enjoy the little things out here. I was telling these people, why would you want to go back to prison or jail? You gotta sit here and relax and enjoy everything. Appreciate everything. Appreciate the smells. You know how bad I wanted to remember that smell when I would be in prison at that auto parts store. You know how happy it was to go in an auto parts store and smell that motherfucker? Or just be able to walk into Walmart, not even buy anything. You know what I mean? Just walking around in that motherfucker. Or riding one of these scooters. You can't do that. You can't do that in there. You can't enjoy life. You can't go lay down in the grass and just be happy. You know what I mean? You can't go out at night and just look up at the stars and be like, damn, it's a beautiful night. You can't go and just say, fuck it, I'm gonna mow the lawn. You know what I mean? You can't do that in there. And it's sometimes we forget about that shit and we take it for granted. We take the little shit for granted. Chewing gum. Fuck. I don't know why I don't chew more gum, but it's shit like that, And but I do see similarities though. As far as healthcare. If you ain't got no money, if you ain't on Medicaid or whatever, even if you're on Medicaid, the healthcare is not great. It's just like being in prison, The doctors ain't always gonna be the best doctors. The dentist ain't always gonna be the best dentist. So That's something we got to change. And I know people will be like, "Ooh, you got a socialist mind." No, I got a real mind. You know, doctors shouldn't have to get paid until they get the job done. And getting the job done isn't just masking the problem. Giving people pain pills in order for them to feel better is not making the problem any better. You know, there's a cure for cancer, but there's more money in looking for the cure rather than giving the cure. Everybody knows that. So it's just it sucks out here, man. That's the only thing that I can relate to. If you ain't got money, then it's just like being in prison. This service you get, but that's why we all got to start coming together and start realizing who we are. That we're all one. We're all one in this together, and we're all one. You know, it's not our flesh that combines us; it's our spirit. Our spirit is in everything. A person tried to tell me last night, what does God hate? God don't hate. God don't love. God just is. You know? I say that to say take a tree for instance. Okay? It's out there. Just look at a tree. Pay attention to it. It gives us oxygen. It helps us. It feeds us. It nurtures us. Yet it says nothing, shows nothing, gives no feeling, gives no emotion. It just is. It provides for us. It loves us. And it just is. That's who God is. That's who we are. That's who we should be. That's who our spirits are. We live for one another, and it's not good, it's not evil. It just is. All right? I love y'all.